All right, let's go, guys. We're back here. We are on to the next video, which is a bonus, step 4, and that's how to evaluate the deals. So, okay, we've sent out the letters. We've got a response. We've reached out to the broker. We've went to, get the list. We've done all that stuff. And now it's time, after we have the list coming back in, we want to find out what's really going on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here. Remember here, we got the list from here. And we're going to go on right back over here to Search Tempest, which is our favorite. Right? And we're going to look at this newly renovated. Let's take a look at a 16 unit. All right, I had to stop real quick. Something came up, but we're getting right back into this. We're looking at this 16 unit apartment building. It says with laundry room, blah, blah, blah. Let me just open this up a little bit so you can see that there. And let's see what's going on with this one. Multifamily in Philadelphia, 2.7 million. What sticks out right here is the cap rate on this one. The cap rate is 5.2%. And the lower the cap rate, the better the neighborhood is. And this may be like a A-class apartment building. It just means that you have the best of the best. You have a great area. You have working class people. So you have A class, which is the best. B class, right under that. The buildings may be a little bit older. A class will be a newer building, a little bit older, maybe 10 to 15 years for your B class. C class will maybe 30 years, have people that on subsidized rent. So just really depends. So we're not going to worry about the gross rent multiplier right now. But the low cap rate says that this is a good area. So let's just look down. Yeah, newly renovated. That's why I know that. Okay, that's cool. But we don't really want that newly renovated because we're always looking for what's called value plays, right? Or value add, where we can add value to the property. They've already done all of that, and they're looking to max out NOI. See, wouldn't really be a super motivated person, but and let's just look at some different pictures. There's 24 pictures of it. I mean, it is still older. This may be a B class, but once again, we never look at. It is a B. It's not a new building. We never look at their numbers on what they say. We have to do our own. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to hit reply and see what they send us. And it was just posted 2 days ago. So I'm just going to hit reply here. Copy and paste this, Control-C on a Windows. And then I'm going to come over and send out this email and use the same old line that you're going to be using. All right, subject here. Craigslist ad there. And I'm going to come down here at the bottom, copy and paste my little message. Same message over and over and over again. I want to make sure this was found on Craigslist, so I don't want to put LoopNet. Okay. Same message over and over, right? And we're just going to send that off to them. But because we did get, we're going to go right over to LoopNet, guys. All right, that's what we're just going to go straight there because I want to show you some stuff. Okay, once I'm over here on LoopNet, I'm going to just do a search. Here, properties for sale. I'm going to going to do properties for sale. I'm just going to go uh-oh, I'm not getting a okay. I'm just going to put in Philadelphia, search this, and I just want to show you more of the deal evaluation here. LoopNet's always going to try to get you to upgrade. There's no need to upgrade because we're just looking to establish relationships. If you're on here saying that LoopNets don't have good deals, I already know that. We're just looking to build relationships with brokers who will send us good deals. So 5 unit, I'm going to do a little bit more on the filtering, a little bit more on the pricing. I'll put in typically about $3 million for price. Building size, just put in, I don't know, max 20,000 square feet there. And more filters. I want to put in a keyword over here. I want to put in a keyword seller financing, and I want to put in this is important here, so come down to the units. I'm going to put units from 5 to, let's just put 50, see what happens here. And we're going to hit search. And as you can see here, it says that there's 468 properties that closely match. I'm going to click on there. Okay, so that's 5 unit. LoopNet really wants you to upgrade. We're not doing that. 231 units listings here. Okay, so let's just go. Six units. This is a REO right here. That means it's a bank-owned property. Let's just see what's going on with this. The cap rate says 8.7%. Now, it's going to pull up something else that I had pulled out for you guys, if I can find it here. Okay, basically when we're looking to figure out the value of a property, the value can be figured out really easy. Really easy, guys. The value is actually the net operating income, which is called the NOI, and if you divide it by the cap rate. Okay, when you want to find the NOI, you just take all the revenue and you subtract the expenses, and that'll give you the NOI. So if we were to actually just pull out a little handy dandy calculator, I want you to just see how easy this is, so that you can know how good of a deal something may or may not be. So if I bring this in over here, let's just say based off of this, the figures right here, we want to find out, we got the cap rate here, we got the net operating income. Now remember, that's the revenue once you get rid of all of your expenses, but that doesn't include the mortgage, right? And let's just say the expenses of $40,000, because typically your expenses should be about 40 to 50%. If it's over $100,000, should be about 50% the expenses, operating expenses. Okay, so let's just take 100,000. Remember, whoops, let me just get this out your way. Remember, the net, to find out the value, it's the net operating income minus, divided by the cap rate. So if the information that we have is off of this scenario is 9%, we're going to take 100,000, right? And we're going to divide by the cap rate, which is 9% on this one, so that's 0.09. And that's how we figure out what the value of that property is. So that value would be I took the 100,000 instead. I'm looking at them like this is not right. I took the 100,000 instead of the NOI, which was 60,000. My bad. We're just going to clear that out real quick. All right. And now this is what happens when you're doing stuff live and you got a bunch of different things going on, text going off. Okay. So we're going to take the NOI, which was the $60,000. There we go. NOI of $60,000. Right? And we're going to divide that by the cap rate, which they say, and the cap rate is not a guaranteed, it's not etched in stone. That can be finagled, times 0.09. Or did we do, I'm sorry, divide by, geez, I am having one of those brain fart days today. 60,000 for the NOI, divided by 0.09, which would be 9% cap rate. And so the value of the property is basically $667. That would be the value of that that property. So from there, we start taking away expenses and things that we figure out. From the very top, we're going to take off about 15 to 20% off of the price, because no one's going to pay top value. And we go through, and that's how you figure this out. Those are just two simple ways to figure out. Once again, move this out the way here. To find out the value of any property that you're looking at, find out what the net operating income is. That's the income after all expenses. And then you're going to divide it by whatever the cap rate that they say it is. Now, just want to add this little caveat in here. Excuse me one sec. The higher the cap rate, the worse the investment. When I say that, I'm talking about the hood, the area where it's at. We don't want to be in war zones. All right. So whenever you're looking through your properties, you're going to always look for that net operating income. And then there's some other things that we'll do by taking the rent rolls to figure out exactly what the real value is. And that'll be another one. And maybe you can even come over to our private Facebook page, set up an appointment to speak with me, and we can go a little bit deeper into that. But these are the two most important numbers. And you can figure out what any property's worth, boom, just like that, in a matter of 60 seconds by figuring out finding the net operating income, which they say it is. You still have to go and confirm it with our own records. That's why we need the rent rolls. We need the actual leases. We need to see what's going on. We need to do a site inspection and all that great stuff. All right. And that's how we figure out what's going on in there. So hopefully you got some value from this. If you did, shoot me back an email. If you got any questions, any type of thoughts. Now this, guys, is simple. It's not complicated. 6th grade math. You can do this. And now the next step we'll be talking about in the next video is filling out the actual LOI, the letter of intent. Now that LOI is not binding, so don't be afraid to put these offers out there. And then after that, I'm going to show you where to get the money, because that's quite simple also. All right. So once again, all this is being done with no money, none of your credit. And it doesn't mean none of your own money. It means no money out of your pocket. That's OPM, other people's money. And I teach you how to become a master of that. Teach you about 5 different ways to get paid. Teach you how to really do the fire and retire dance, the cha-ching dance, and help you get your first cash flowing property that will change your life instantly, that will allow you to send your kids to the best schools, take vacations, have great holidays, drive how you want to drive, live where you want to live. That's what this is all about. That's what apartment building investing brings to your life. That being said, this is your friendly mentor, Cecil Jones. Look forward to help you and your family succeed in apartment buildings. Talk soon. Bye-bye.